Welcome to the absolute shit show, lads and lasses. Manchester United has become. It's a freaking hostile nightmare at the moment at United. The dreams are in tatters. We were hoping we'd start 2020 off with a bang, where we started off with a freaking whimper. And Arsenal have just beaten Manchester United 2-0 at the Emirates. What can I say? A truly terrible performance by United out there. Arsenal, the Gooners, who've had a bottle job of the season themselves. This is literally the North London Bottling Company we're coming up against today, and we've out-bottled them by a country mile. We've bottled it 10 times the amount that they can. Do you know what I mean? We're going to put them out of production soon if we're not careful. But it's the shittest bloody United performance I've seen all year. It's only gone 2020, but still that statement will probably be true come the end of 2020. That's how shite of a performance it was from United. Honestly, lacking any sort of bottle or bollocks out there. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, man, I'm just going to kick it off by addressing this Norwegian golem in the room. Because let's be honest now, it's all this guy's fault tonight. You guys know I love Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, and I back Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, and I want him to be a success at United. He can't be a success at United if he's willing to just select Jesse Lingard in the side every single time for no reason whatsoever. Not based on form, not based on class, not based on assists or goals or records or anything that he gives the team, just based on him being Jesse bloody Lingard. Why are you doing this to us, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer? He's clearly bloody bang averagely shite and not a United player. He clearly shouldn't be anywhere near the starting 11. There's clearly 3 or 4 United players who are on the bench or not even on the bench that should be ahead of Jesse bloody Lingard every single day of the week. No wonder he's putting in a shit performance out there. I feel bad for Jesse Lingard. He's being asked to do something which he can't do, and that is create and rip teams open. He's not that sort of a player. I don't even know what sort of a player he is, but he's not a creative player. He's not a player you bring out in the big games. He's not a Ji-Sung Park who's going to work and harry the opposition like he does either. He's not. I don't know what he does, but he gets selected by that frickin' Scandinavian melt job, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. What's he doing out there tonight? He's selected some absolute monsters out there on the pitch. Don't know if it's New Year's or Halloween, but we've got Luke Shaw at left back, who doesn't deserve to be starting any of their games if you're basing it on form and basing it on how much of a good player he actually is for the team. Brandon Williams is waiting in the wings, 19 years of age, looks twice the player of Luke Shaw already. Yet we're selecting Luke Shaw based on what? How much of a little fat twat he is? What are we selecting Luke Shaw on, Ollie? Why are you selecting Luke Shaw? What's the foundation or the basis of putting Luke Shaw on the pitch? Pepe, who's been absolutely dog-turd shite all season long, had Luke Shaw in all sorts of problems tonight. He twisted it inside and out. We made Pepe look like Cristiano Ronaldo tonight, man. And he pretty much was out there. That's the level of opposition that we gave Arsenal. And all credit to Arsenal. Arsenal played well. Arsenal deserved the win. They did everything right. United, we were second best in every single department, man. But we made it easy for them. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer made it easy for them. We've got a midfield too with fucking Matic and Fred. Matic and Fred in the centre of the park with Jesse Lingard in front of them. Jesse Lingard in front of them. It's an absolute trident of misery. Of course that's going to be the outcome when you play them. They bypass our midfield. We don't have the quality in there. Oh, where the hell is Paul Pogba? What's going on with Paul Pogba? We got this player, Paul Pogba, who apparently is one of the best players in the world. He's obviously not a United player anymore because he's not even anywhere near the freaking squad. What's going on with that? He's all right to play 245 cameo appearances the other day, but he's not fit enough to play or even be on the bench for a game against Arsenal here tonight. It's absolute mismanagement from the top down. What's going on at this once great football club, honestly? Fred, Matic in the centre of the park, the most static, horrible pairing you could probably put together with Jesse in front of him. It's miserable. Defensively, I want to talk about our defence tonight, the area of the team that we spent £130 million on in the summer transfer window. You wouldn't know it, though, because it looked like about 130 pennies worth of talent out there. OK, Aaron Wan-Bissaka was Aaron Wan-Bissaka, but Harry Maguire, you slab-headed twat, you cost 80 million quid, son. Where are we going to see the return on our investment? We're still waiting. We're all waiting for you to come up with that tombstone noggin and knock one in, or do something good, or defend a set piece, but you can't. You've got the positioning of a lemming, son. It's lucky there's no cliffs. It's lucky we don't play at the cliff anymore. You freaking jump off it, you twat. I'm sick of that slab-headed prick at the back there. Look, I hope that it works out for the guy. I hope he continues and improves, and he's only young, and he's had a tough start, and he's a part of a shit team. I get that, but you cannot be serious, Harry Maguire, with that level of defending out there tonight, son. Same goes for that dickhead next to him, Victor Dwindloff. I'd much rather see Twanzee be given a run in the side now. And Luke Shaw, man, that's his name, because he doesn't Luke Shaw out there. He looks like a mess of a footballer. He looks like a mess of a man out there on the left-hand side for United. Pepe absolutely embarrassed him tonight. Pepe's been shit all season long. He's a £72 million flop. We've just made his season tonight. Fair play to him. He was absolutely incredible against us tonight, Pepe. But I think, people were saying, Arsenal were looking great. Arsenal turned up tonight. Is that the case? Or have Manchester United just made them look good? Have Manchester United given them the game? Because it seems like it's like that Watford game the other week. Watford are the shittest team in the Premier League. We made them look good. They didn't make themselves look good. We've just gifted them it. And that's basically what's happened tonight with Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's selection. Got it completely wrong. He got it completely wrong out there. Jesse Lingard shouldn't be anywhere near starting for Manchester United. Luke Shaw now especially shouldn't be anywhere near starting for Manchester United. And those were the two problem areas for us, in my opinion. Pepe down the right for Arsenal, making Luke Shaw look like an absolute little gimp out there. And in fact, I think Luke Shaw's going home with Pepe and he's going to live in a box under his stairs. That's how much of a bloody gimp he made him look. He's going to be in the full leather black PVC later on with the freaking zip mouth and everything. That's Luke Shaw's new job. Don't worry about him being the left back for United. He's Pepe's new personal gimp. That's what's happening. And then the other players are absolutely shite too. It's as simple as that. Like, Manchester United's team performance tonight was dreary. We couldn't get anything going forward. Jesse Lingard, the other important position in the pitch, the CAM, if you like, the creator. Did he create anything? I didn't see him create anything. The best part of Jesse Lingard's performance was when he got kicked in the fucking head. That's the best part of Jesse Lingard's performance tonight. Fair play to him, He's had all sorts of issues recently, personal issues. Haven't we all, man? But fair enough, I know he's got personal issues. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about from a footballing point of view, the guy's an absolute frickin' stain. He shouldn't be anywhere near United. Up top there, I feel bad for Anthony Martial, man. Anthony Martial, what a player, what a performance for him in tonight, feeding off of scraps, trying to do it all himself, had to do it all himself in the end, having to drop deep, having to try and take on a whole Arsenal's back line single-handedly. That's what he's trying to do out there because he had no other option. He wasn't getting the service, he wasn't getting balls in behind, he wasn't getting balls over the top, he wasn't getting anything. He was feeding off of scraps out there, was Anthony Martial, so I feel really sorry for him. Look, he's not had the service tonight. It's a difficult night at the office for him. But, I mean, it's all about the team behind him. It's all about who was selected out there. Are you telling me that we couldn't have started Greenwood in that game today? Who, by the way, is one of the most informed players in United's team. Who, by the way, is one of the most influential players. Forget the age of the man. We're just going based on form and what they actually put into United and the impact they have in the side. Greenwood is one of the standout performers for us this season, and he's on the bench. Jesse Lingard has not got 0 goals and 0 assists in about 1 million performances, and he's still getting selected ahead of him. What is that all about? Andreas Pereira's done okay recently. Certainly way better than that charlatan Jesse. Certainly better than that crystal meth addict Jesse's bloody Pinkman. Certainly way better than him. So why is he not getting selected ahead of Jesse Lingard? Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, give your head a wobble, son. Sort your bloody life out, man. Your team selection tonight has cost Manchester United a great start to the new year. Simple as that. Maybe if he'd have played Brandon Williams, maybe if he'd have played Juan Mata or Pereira, or actually had Pogba available to play in this game tonight, it would have been a different story. What is going on behind the scenes at United? We're melting. We're absolutely melting of a football club. Arsenal, an absolute joke as well. It's like, who's the biggest bottle job of a football club right now? Out of the top teams, I think we've got our answer tonight. Okay, we might be above them in the league, but in terms of who's an actual bottle job when it comes down to it, United are out-bottling Arsenal by the frickin' caseload at the moment, I tell you. What a stunning performance that was from United. And when I mean stunning, I mean fucking shit. That's how terrible it was. Arsenal, fair play to them. They deserve all the credit in the world. Pepe's bossed it. Luke Shaw, put me against Luke Shaw. I'm going to boss it. The guy's a bloody wank stain. He's useless. He shouldn't be playing for United. Did you see that first half performance? Time and time again, tucked up, turned inside out and made to look a right inadequate little mug. Let's talk about David De Gea in between the sticks. David De Gea, man, one of the best keepers in the world. You wouldn't know it. You wouldn't know it based on what he's been doing recently. Errors and flapping and looking like a little 18-year-old melt that he was when he first came here. Oh, I need to breathe. I feel like my head's about to explode. It's bloody United, the most frustrating team to follow in all the land. They really are. It's not just the result. It's not just the fact that we dropped 3 points here. It's the performance. It's the selection. It's the fact that we've got Ole Gunnar Solskjaer at the wheel, who's supposed to be learning from mistakes. I understand he's not the most experienced manager in the world. I understand he's not got this huge, long CV of football clubs that he's managed. But you've got to learn that Jesse Lingard is just too freaking shitty for United, son. You've got to have known that and learnt that by now. If you've not learned that by now, then you're never going to learn it because he's been awful the entire time you've been the manager, Ollie. So if you're not going to learn that by now, he's never going to learn it. He'll be playing Jesse Lingard next week as well. And he didn't even have the bottle. He didn't even have the cojones or the brain down there to make the decision at halftime and rip Jesse Lingard off the pitch. He didn't make the decision at halftime to rip Luke Shaw off the pitch. He sustained Manchester United's misery going into that second half. And then when it got to about the 60th minute mark, oh, now is the statutory time to make a substitution. So I'm going to make one now, even though the job's been well and truly past us, even though we could have affected the game, even though we could have brought Greenwood on at half-time, or better yet, started him. I don't have the cojones, me being Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, to make the decision at half-time. I was absolutely gutted by that. I lost a lot of freaking hope for Manchester United and Ole Gunnar Solskjaer when that happened. When we started that second half with Luke Shaw and Jesse Lingard still on the pitch after what can only be described as an absolutely pathetic first half performance, I tried and died a little bit inside. I died a little bit inside in that game tonight. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, what are you doing, my friend? What are you doing with your selection and in-game management in this one? Sort your bloody life out, man. And you'll probably come out in the post-match show, post-match interview and say, it just didn't go our way. We tried, we thought we were all right. Actually, no, we weren't all right. We were shit. And it's mostly because of the way we were set up tonight. Maybe use somebody with a bit of technical ability who can create. Fair enough if Pogba's not around for whatever reason. We still got Juan Mata on the bench who's actually looked okay again recently and can maybe influence a game with his passing ability and his vision and his intelligence in that role. But instead, who does he put in there? Bloody headless chicken Jesse. It's unbelievable. We're playing a formation of a Christmas pudding and Jesse Lingard's the sixpence in the centre. And I tell you what, it's a salty debacle. If I got served that on Christmas Day, I'd spit it back out again. What are we doing at this once great football club, honestly? Oh, unbelievable. Oh. Anyway, guys, listen, thanks for tuning in. Thanks for stopping by. Do us a favour if you are in here live for the post-match show. Please do smash a cheeky little like on it. Get your thoughts and opinions in the comments section as we go along. And we'll dissect what you guys think about Manchester United's absolutely pitiful performance against the Gooners tonight in the all-time bottle-off of bottlers. Who's come out on top as the ultimate bottle club? It's United. Who's the ultimate banter club right now? It's United. Arsenal start 2020 with an inexperienced, basically unknown manager. Obviously everyone knows Mikel Arteta, but as a manager he's even less experienced than Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. You wouldn't know it tonight. He's got the better of Ole here at the Emirates. He's made us look like a complete bunch of losers, quite frankly, and Arteta's got a famous win, a deserved win with this Arsenal side. What can I say? Absolutely pitiful. Buster Cherry, shout out to you. He comments, Ollie has never beaten Arsenal. Obviously, you're an Arsenal fan. Thanks for stopping by. Matt Rush comments, piss poor. You're not wrong there. Oliver H, thumbs up to you. Thank you very much for getting involved here. Gungshi comments, Pigs commentary and post-match rant, better quality than the game. Well, that's not hard, is it really, Gungshi? I appreciate what you're saying there, mate. But next time, how about I just get a plate of shit, a steaming plate of shit, and just hold it up to the camera? That is probably more entertaining than that game of football from Manchester United's perspective that we've just watched. I'm getting so hot and bothered. I tell you what, I think I might actually have an aneurysm tonight. Like, I'm not even joking. I've all of a sudden got very, very sweaty. My blood pressure's through the roof. United are killing me. Martin Farrelly comments, I blame the bollocks that said Ollie at the wheel, sign him up on TV. Man, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer was doing a great job when he first came here. There's no doubt about it. He deserved to get the job. But at the moment, he's not deserving of the job, if you know what I mean, because he's just not doing the right stuff. He's not learning from his inadequacies. He's not learning from his mistakes. He's not making this United side better. He's selecting the same old dross that we've been selecting week in, week out. And for what? And for what? What is the purpose behind it? There's no building job. You're not going to build Lingard for the future. Jesse Lingard's not even a has-been. He's a never was. He's not going to get to that point. He's not going to get to that point of being a quality player for United. So why persevere with the guy? I truly don't understand it. J. Deeney comments, United are making you have high blood pressure. You're not wrong there. I'm sweating my tits off as well at the moment. Sweating like a PIG, literally. Alex Rincon, comments, Glazers out for F's sake. Great to see you in here, Alex Rincon. Yeah, I mean, it doesn't stop my opinion of the Glazers. It's all stemming from them, really. They were inadequate in the summer transfer window. That's why we're playing with this awful midfield right now. But at the same time, Ollie has got other options that he could select out there rather than the dross that he's put out tonight. So I don't get Ole Gunnar's perspective on this one. But certainly the Glazers are an absolute vermin cancer of this football club, and they need to be snuffed out, you know. Let's be honest now. They need to leave this football club and give it to somebody who might manage it a little bit better. Certainly put in a director of football instead of that Woodward potato monster, because he's absolutely useless. What does that man even do? We're getting outplayed in the transfer market for Borussia Dortmund for a 19-year-old boy these days. That's how shite we are in terms of bringing players into the club. And I tell you what, I've got a sneaking suspicion this January window is going to be another depressing one for United. I'd love it if we could sign a few quality players in there. Most of the quality players that we'd actually be interested in signing, we can't sign right now because they're in a better situation at the clubs they're at right now. United are struggling. We don't have Champions League football. It's a miserable time to be a United player. People are looking over there looking, God almighty. Harry Maguire signed for 80 million. He was onto a nice thing over there at Leicester. Now look at him. Now look at him. He's a shell of a man. Now look at that slab head. He might have a 60-foot head, but you wouldn't know it. It's shrunk down to the size of a pea. He's got no ability to clear a ball away for United. He's got no ability to position himself and judge the game like he was for England or like he was for Leicester. It's like there's some sort of horrendous curse that has been bestowed upon Manchester United for players coming into the side. It doesn't matter who you are, whether you're Falcao or Di Maria or whoever, it doesn't matter what name you are. Alexis Sanchez, you're going to have a shit time at United. That is what's going on, and it's not very attractive of a proposition for a potential player who's doing the business at the top of their game. Another club like James Maddison at Leicester, for instance. Do you think James Maddison wants to come to United in January? Now, no chance. He's seeing what happened to Slabhead. Slabhead used to be the absolute nuts at the back for Leicester. Now he's got tiny little girly raisins down there. What's he doing? E-Ratio comments, De Gea should have saved the second goal. For a start, there was 3 black shirts there, 3 United shirts there, which should have cleared the ball away. The ball shouldn't even be getting into David De Gea, if you ask me, in that situation. Pepe's put a great corner in. Fair play to Pepe, who's actually turned out to be a decent player tonight. Probably more so Luke Shaw making him look good than anything else, but he did actually play really, really well. But he's put the corner in. Some defender's got to clear that one away. I'm sorry, Slabhead Maguire, Victor bloody Dwindleoff, Luke bloody Boar, Aaron Wan Big Saka. Somebody's got to come in and head that one away, son. But the fact that it got through to David De Gea and he didn't deal with it just highlights the fact that he's having an absolute bloody nightmare at the moment. David De Gea, man, what has happened to him? What has happened to him? Honestly, last 5-6 years, he's been the best player in the Premier League. Truly, I mean that. Whatever position, he's been the best player, the most consistent. He's won United the most points single-handedly. But right now, he's an absolute bag of shit. I wouldn't trust him to handle a bag of shit to the bloody dog bin. Do you know what I mean? If we were out walking our dog, and it goes to the toilet and I've got to pick it up with a plastic bag, I'm walking it over there myself and putting it in there. I'm not letting that guy litter on the ground next to the bin because he can't bloody clear it, get it in target, the twat. So anyway, David De Gea, man, sort your bloody act out. Honestly, I agree with that one. I think he was sort of partially at fault for that second one, flapping at it and put it into the path of Socrates, who's banged it away. But the actual defending of that set piece was dreadful. What is it with United and set pieces right now? We cannot buy a goal from a set piece, and we can't defend against them either. It's dreary. We spent 130 million quid on defenders in the summer transfer window, and this is what we get. This is the defensive shite that we get. Unbelievable. Absolutely unbelievable. Hey, shout out to you lads and lasses who have super chatted in here. I've missed a bunch of them, I apologise, but thank you very much for getting in here. I'll go through them now. Gunshi comments, Pig, this goblinry is unacceptable. Where's the passion from Ollie? He didn't get off his arse once. I'm starting to think he's on the same level as Moyes. Ollie was a legend of a player, but what does he bring as a manager? Goblin. He's an absolute Scandinavian goblin, Gunshi. You're not wrong there. I mean, where is the passion? Where is the shouting on the sideline? Where is the Harry in your team? Where is the managing your team from the sidelines? The in-game management, the passion? You're right. We're not seeing any of that. Even Jose was more animated than Ole Gunnar Solskjaer on the sidelines, and that is a sad fact. And he's not the most animated of managers, but you know, there was a time where he's definitely more animated and more passionate on the sidelines than Ollie. Ollie just looks there looking like, my precious, whatever, looking at his bloody ring the whole time. What is he doing with himself, though, honestly? I feel you, Gunshi. Thank you so much for your super chat there, pal. I 100% agree. Solskjaer, sort your act out. I love Ole Gunnar Solskjaer as a player. He's a complete United legend, and I want him to be a success as a manager. Of course I do. That would be the dream. He was a legend of a player. If he could cement himself as a legend of a manager, it would be double legendary. It really, really would. But at the moment, he's just doing some silly, stupid things, man. Jesse Lingard, I'll go back to it, should not be starting any game for Manchester United. That alone just shows you the level of calibre of manager we're dealing with here. He doesn't know his arse from his bloody elbow. Brandon Williams has been ripping it up for United. Who cares if he's young and inexperienced? Whenever we've seen him, about 8 to 10 games now, he's absolutely ripped it up at left back. Instead, we put Luke Shaw up there, who's guaranteed to be bang average. Sort your bloody life out, Ole Gunnar, honestly. Alex with a super chat. Thank you so much, my friend. He's coming. I'm so ticked off right now. This all goes back on the Glazers and their lack of investment. Shaw and Matic were trash, for fuck's sake. They should never play again this season. I'm so livid. Make some signings. Well said, Alex, my friend. And let me tell you, you've reminded me, the manager Matic, he did a couple of okay things in the second half. But how the hell is that man being selected in this team? I'd much rather see Garner or anybody else given the opportunity out there today. Matic, you know what you're going to get from him. You're going to get this slow, dreary, drab Frankenstein's monster figure in the centre of the park, just wafting around, wafting out, stinking out the place like an old fart, smelling like Frankenstein. That's what he gives you, and that's about it. He doesn't provide you any more football quality than that, than a stench of a freaking decomposing corpse. That's what we're getting from the manager out there. And Ole Gunnar Solskjaer selected him. He's the man who's put that twat in there. And I feel sorry for all these players in a way, because the system, clearly the selection, doesn't benefit anybody. It makes it an uphill struggle for absolutely everybody. Thank you so much there, the Rinconator. Much appreciated, lad. Ryan Berber, spin 9 with a super chat as well. He says, sell Pogba and bring in 2 midfielders for the money. Well, what we'd actually like to see, if this football club wasn't a complete joke run by those jokers, the Glazers, and that absolute potato twat, Ed Woodward, if it wasn't a joke of a football club, we'd have already brought some players in by now. We'd have got them in the summer window, or we'd have them on their way in this January transfer window, and we would have the players in to improve the side. We are one of the most commercially successful football clubs in the world. It's not like we're short of a few bob, is it? And we could have had a couple of quality players coming in this January transfer window, regardless of Paul Pogba going. Look, especially if Paul Pogba's going, let's get the business done early and let's get these players in. Problem is, nobody's going to want to come to us right now because it's an absolute horror show of a football club. From the top down, from the owners down. It's a horror show. It's a very unexciting and proposition for a potential player to come to. But I agree with you. I think, if we could get 150 million for Pogba, who seems to be disenchanted with this football club, and who said in the summer in an interview in Japan that he was looking for a new challenge, and his agents come out this week and blasted United. His agents come out and said Pogba needs to be playing at a championship winning team and all this shit. Maybe his days are just numbered. And I will say, see you later on, Paul, man, because you haven't really done anything. You haven't lived up to the hype. You haven't lived up to the wages. He hasn't ever recaptured that form that he's shown for France and Juventus for United for any consistent period of time. So is it a big loss? It's not really the biggest loss in the world. And considering the brand of the man, considering the profile of the man, you can get a lot of money for him. And he'll probably go and play great in a great team, which is the most annoying thing about it. But at United, he's never really lived up to it. So I would be much more inclined to spend that money on 2 or 3 quality players that will actually be hungry and fight and be determined for United and maybe improve us overall. But I agree with you. Alex Rudd with a super chat. Thank you very much, Alex Rudd. He says, I have to go. Feel better. Oh my days, Alex Rudd. Scummy Gooner in the house. No, thank you very much, Alex Rod. Well done, mate. Congratulations. I was giving it the big before. I was really confident going into this game that United were going to get the job done because Arsenal have been really struggling this season. They got Mikel Arteta in with no real managerial experience, with the same dodgy side that got Unai Emery sacked, dodgy at the back there. But today, it was United who were dodgy at the back there. Today, Arsenal were the better team and truly deserved the win. And it's done them wonders in terms of confidence. To be fair, it would have done Mikel Arteta wonders in terms of confidence. United, on the other hand, it's dealt us a real big kick in the bollocks, this one. But thank you, Alex. Thanks for moderating the live chat during the stream as well. K-Wars, thank you, K-Wars, for your super chat, mate. He comments, New Year, same Jesse, jog on with these useless mugs. Why do we persevere with them, though? What, like, there's, I just can't, I can't actually understand at all why he would get selected in that team when you have Andreas Pereira, when you have Chong, Gomez, Garner even, Mata, we already said him, but there's loads of players that deserve to be playing ahead of Jesse Lingard in that team. The only thing Jesse's good at is running around like a headless chicken, and he wasn't even good at that tonight. So he's useless, man. Steve Johnson, thank you very much for your super chat as well, Steve. Much appreciated. Let me see if I can find it again, my friend. But thanks for getting in here. Everybody, if you are tuning in right now, please do us a massive favour. I know it's not a very positive evening for United fans, but please do smash a cheeky little like on this video. Let's see if we can get it to over 100 likes during the live show or whatever it's on now. Let's just see if we can get more than that. But Steve Johnson, thanks for your super chat. He comments, Pig, you show more passion than the players. Well, that's not very hard, is it? Do you know what I mean? These players don't have a lot of passion in them, to be fair. I feel sorry for their missuses on Valentine's Day. Do you know what I mean? Because they're not getting any good wood that night. They're getting some absolutely dreary action on that night, I tell you. You know, Jesse's going to have to pump himself up full of a whole bunch of Viagra. And even then, he's not going to be able to perform to a good enough standard. You're talking 30 seconds and done, son, from that guy. Oh, fair play to you. Thank you very, very much for your comments and everybody. Right, I'm just going to read a whole bunch out at the end here, but I do want to say thanks for stopping by for the watch along earlier. Shame it wasn't a bit more fun. Well, it was fun, but shame it wasn't a bit more of a great positive outcome for United. It was just one of those dreary shit horror shows from us. But once again, thank you to everybody for coming along for the show and watching along with me and for being in here right now on the live chat. Ultimate Gamer says Pogba plays for money. Well, he's got the right agent, you know what I mean? It seems like it, to be fair. It seems like it. I've never really seen Paul Pogba busting a lung, busting a gut for Manchester United. But look, he hasn't played today for whatever reason. He's not playing. It's not really about Paul Pogba tonight. I know he's a huge loss. Whatever's going on, whether he wants to leave and he's not playing for United for that reason, and he's throwing his toys out the pram now the January window's open, fuck him then. If United are not playing him because we're protecting him, then Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's an even bigger dickhead, isn't he? Fuck him. You know, it's like we're lose-lose at the moment. We're like, what can we do? United Till I Die comments, if we underperform, we would get the sack, yet Woodward and players still in the place. Well said, my friend. If you work on a production line and you're producing, I don't know, ice cream cones, and the ice cream cones are coming down the conveyor belt and you can't keep up with them, and come the end of the hour, there's a huge pile of broken ice cream cones on the floor next to you, and you're the twat that's responsible for it, guess what? You're getting moved down to sprinkles, mate. You're getting moved down to sprinkles. You don't get to keep making the freaking cones. You don't get to keep placing the cones in the boxes from the conveyor belt. You're on fucking sprinkles. Either that, you're sacked. So I completely agree with you, my friend. That's what we should do with United and half of these melters at the club. It's very appropriate. We need to put Jesse Lingard on fucking sprinkles. That's what we need to do. Take the responsibility away from him. Stick him on sprinkles. Same with Nemanja Matic. These guys are not trusted to pick ice cream cones off a conveyor belt. That's the realism of it. And I mean it in a football analogy, of course, but seriously, it's a joke. Jack the Hammock comments, Ollie just said it was a good high-quality game. Are you taking the actual piss, Jack the Hammock? There was nothing high-quality about that at all. Pepe's performance was good. I mean, we actually made Mesut Ozil look good. Do you know what I mean? The guy's eyes are 2 meters offside the whole time, and he's still doing all right against us. What the hell has happened to this great football club? We're making Mesut look good. We're making Flop of the Summer Pepe look good. That's how shit United are, man. Honestly, that's it. I can't defend Ollie. I can't defend his selection. I can't defend his in-game management. I can barely defend any of the players. Let me go through the players then who were performing out there tonight and give you my honest opinion of the player ratings that they got out there. And this is just off the top of my head, obviously. But crikey, I mean, let's just start off with David De Gea in goal. 4 out of 10? 5 out of 10? There's one opportunity where he's just gifted the ball to Pepe from a clearance, and Pepe's hit the post and very nearly made it 2-0 before it was 2-0. De Gea flapped at that second one, gifted them the goal as well. De Gea, you've had an absolute shit show tonight. Sickening. Sort your bloody life out, mate. Or honestly, Romero's going to have to come in. Aaron Wan-Bissaka at right back, probably the performer out of all the defensive line. He did all right. He tried and he tried and he tried. I'm going to give him a 6.5, and that's generous, but he was actually okay. It's not like he did anything majorly wrong. Harry Maguire, you're getting a 4 out of 10, you slab-headed melt. What are you doing positionally for that second goal? He was all over the place throughout the game. Talking about some sort of a set-piece threat, is he? He's only a set-piece threat for the opposition. He's not a set-piece threat for us. Victor Lindelof, equally a twat. He gets a 4 out of 10 as well. Luke Shaw, over on the left, man. Luke bloody Ball. He gets a 3 out of 10 because he made the flop of the summer. He looked like a king against him. He was made to be Pepe's personal gimp out there, as I've previously said. So Luke Shaw gets a 3 out of 10 performance from me. Fred, yabba dabba don't. He's got a 5 out of 10 from me today. I thought it was that bloody dreary from him. He didn't do anything really. Okay, it wasn't made easy for him, the fact he's playing with that Frankenstein's Pratt Matic next to him. He's got Lingard in front of him and a whole line of melters behind him. It's not easy for Fred, but he gets a 5 from me. Nemanja Matic, Atic, Twatic, Static, Matic, Fatic, Pratic, gets a freaking 4 out of 10 performance from me. He did a couple of okay things in the second half, but I barely even knew he was there. And when you consider he's about 400 feet tall and has massive bloody bolts sticking out of his neck, how the hell is he going missing in games? That's what I want to know. Nemanja Twatic, 4 out of 10, you're garbage, son. See you later on. Daniel James got taken off the pitch for Greenwood on the 58th minute. Why? He was one of the better performers for us throughout the game. I'll give him a 6 out of 10. He tried, he worked, he was making a few things happen over on that right-hand side, whipping a few balls, and Solskjaer took him off. He actually took the player who was doing okay off. That's how much of a melter he is. I'll give him a 6. Jesse Lingard, was he even there? Was he even at the races? Was Jesse even a professional footballer? What's he been doing to get the job? What's he been doing to get the selected in the team? I give him a 2 out of 10 performance today from Jesse. He was awful. The only thing he's good for is running around like a headless chicken. He wasn't even good for that tonight. He gets a 2 out of 10. You're shit, Lingard. You shouldn't be a United player. Sorry. The ship has sailed on that one. Sell him, give him away. Do whatever we can. He's not United quality. Simple as that. Marcus Rashford up there. Man, I've completely forgot Marcus Rashford was even playing. Apart from one pitiful shot he had from about 40 yards, which was just a waste of an opportunity at the start of the game. He was useless. It's a 5 out of 10 from me. You know, he didn't have that much to feed off, to be fair. He wasn't getting all that much down the left. Luke Shaw was garbage, so that didn't help him. But to me, he just didn't perform tonight. And Anthony Martial, he's going to get a 5 from me, with an asterisk saying, it's not your fault, Anthony. It's not your fault that you didn't get any sort of a service from your teammates, Anthony. And you tried and you tried and you tried and you did a couple of nice things. It's not his fault, but I can't give him any more than that because it just didn't happen. Right, there we have it. Those are my post-match ratings. I think it adds up to about 20, which when there's 11 of the pricks out there on the pitch, you know it's a shit score. You know they've had an absolute nightmare. This dude comments, Pig Lingard wouldn't have made a Sunday League team. Well, he might have done. He might have been like the half-time orange boy, the boy who brings over the cut-up orange quarters for you to suck on at half-time. That's about what he can do. Like I said, move him down to Sprinkles, son. Take him off of producing freaking ice cream cones and move him on to Sprinkles. Do United need a new kit boy? Do United need a new boot boy? That's the role of Jesse Lingard at the football club until he's sold. Poltergeist comments, the absolute shambles United are in right now. Icky1693 comments, 525 in the stream. Smash the like button. Crikey, we've got a whole bunch of people tuning in live right now to this meltdown. Do us a favour, like IKY1693 says. Please do smash a cheeky little like on it. Get your thoughts and opinions in. I'm just going to hang around for a few more minutes, and then unfortunately I'm going to have to go and try and relax and try and get on with my 2020. United have not made it easy for them. They've made it a miserable start. They've made it a truly horrible start to 2020. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's at the wheel, the man in charge who's responsible for most of the shite tonight, in my opinion. So, get your last thoughts and opinions in, please, and then I'm going to have to wrap it up. Quetzalcoatl comments, Lingard got 0 goals and assists in 2019 for a reason. Oh my days, Quetzalcoatl. And you're telling me he still deserves to be selected in that team? I know you're not telling me that. It's Ole Gunnar Solskjaer who's telling me that. What is up with this Scandinavian melt job though? How can he not see that Lingard's absolutely useless? Like you say, no goals or assists for a year. And he's still putting him in there. Where's the logic behind that? What is that all about? He's gone insane. The definition of insanity. Doing the same thing over and over and over again and expecting different results. He's insane then, isn't he? If that's the definition, Solskjaer's fucking gone in the head. Pepper Red comments, you've got to like this dude's rant ability. Hit the like button. Thank you very, very much, my friend. It's just venting. That's it. If I didn't do this, I'd just absolutely let it fester up inside and I'd probably end up being a really, really angry person. You might think I'm a bit of an angry person. This is me getting the anger out so I can chill and not be angry after the games. Well, not so much anyway. It's not going to work on this one. Harry comments, Ollie's stats are worse than Moyes. Days. I mean, he's pretty much got the worst stats for United manager since probably Will Atkinson, probably. Baron Death comments, how the fuck is Lingard still a United player? I don't know. Ask Solskjaer. Like I was saying in the live stream, maybe there's some sort of sexual relationship going on there. That's the only real logical explanation. Pepe made Luke Shaw his little gimp tonight and took him home in a box in a PVC suit. Well, Lingard's living in Solskjaer's living room already under those terms. That's the only logical explanation. Mark Williams comments, I love watching the pig go after a United loss. Thank you very, very much. Well, I mean, you've got me triggered tonight. I'm very, very triggered tonight because I'm just disgusted with the selection more than anything. And that our manager thought it fit to play Jesse bloody Lingard out there on the pitch and Luke Shaw ahead of Brandon Williams and not even start Mason Greenwood, who's been our best player recently. Like, sort your bloody head out, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. Unbelievable. FC HD Sport, what's going on with Liverpool then? They're a bunch of tossers, aren't they? Okay, yeah, they're going to win the league. Nice one. Fair play to them. You know, it's been a long time coming, and I still hope deep down some way they somehow manage to bottle it and slip up a la Stevie G. And I would absolutely love that. Trust me, I would Kevin Keegan bloody love it if Liverpool bottled it this season. But I don't think they're going to. They're just something special, aren't they, this year? Yeah, fair enough, FCHD. They are better than United right now. Fair enough. Well done. Mark Williams says, chill out, pig. Rachel MUFC, Lingard couldn't even be a shin guard. That's about all he could be, actually. Strap him to Aaron Wan-Bissaka's left leg, and maybe he'd actually be useful then. Maybe he could take the studs down the raking studs down the shin, and that's about it. Ishan Bagay comments, damn, you're venting our frustration as well. Nice one, Ishan. Thank you for coming in here and sharing the pain. Thank you for getting involved with the channel in whatever ways you guys do. This really does help me vent and get all these frustrations out. So I enjoy doing these anyway, but it's just crazy that you guys tune in and enjoy watching them and also help and share the pain and the misery that is United. Seamus Gilmore comments, Jesse Lingard is the worst homegrown player ever to stay around for years. Yeah, I mean, he actually makes Danny Welbeck look like Francesco Totti or something, doesn't he? He makes Welbeck look like Totti. That's the sort of player Jesse Lingard is. He's that bad. Sometimes you bring players through homegrown, you know, they don't work out, so you move them on. And maybe they're all right for a couple of seasons, but it just doesn't work out in the long term. That's Jesse Lingard. He's like a Luke Chadwick or something. In fact, Luke Chadwick's probably better than Jesse Lingard. Do you know what I mean? We had like players like Keith Gillespie. He's way better than Jesse Lingard. He wasn't good enough anywhere near to get in that United side of the 90s, but he was a much better player than Jesse Lingard. Goes to show you how much we've fallen right now. This dude comments, the only decent people I can name are Martial and James. Yeah, fair play, and Aaron Wan-Bissaka did all right tonight, to be fair. He's just usually solid. Nothing special from him. He has put in a lot of special performances, but he was just solid as a rock. Dan James, I was so surprised that he got ripped off of the pitch. Don't know if he picked up some sort of a knock or an injury, but I thought that was another bit of mismanagement shown by Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, bringing off the fastest, most liveliest player who's actually done a few things in the game. Bringing him off, I thought was a big mistake to bring Pereira on and Greenwood on. Greenwood should have started the game anyway. But yeah, Lingard shouldn't have started, Luke Shaw shouldn't have started, Matic shouldn't have started. Simple as that. If you'd have had different players in those positions, maybe we could have given this bit more service to the likes of Rashford and the likes of Anthony Martial. Perhaps, possibly. The Red Punisher comments, Bebe's better than Lingard. I mean, in all honesty, there's not that much in it. Okay, I mean, Lingard has popped up and scored in a couple of cup finals and stuff like that. The Red Punisher comments, Oberton better than Lingard. I mean, there's lots of players that are better than Jesse Lingard, to be fair. Gabriel Oberton probably being one of them. You know, even in his Newcastle days. Alvin Thomas comments, Ollie needs to be sure whom to substitute. Shaw and Lingard were terrible. Yeah, see, that's one thing I touched on earlier, which is 100% true. And that is Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's inability to show a bit of bottle and bollocks and make the changes at half-time. Sure, you might offend some personalities in the dressing room, but you've got to have the wherewithal and the ability as a manager and the confidence to be able to do that. There's no way that they should have started that second half after putting that sort of a first-half performance in there. Anybody can see that. You know what problems are occurring. You know Pepe's made Luke Shaw his gimp. You know Jesse Lingard's been a completely... invisible man up there for us, and yet he still started the second half with them. To me, that just goes to show you what an inexperienced man he is, and how just dumb he is in a lot of ways, or how hard-headed he is. Because we can all see it. We can all see it's not working. We can all see that we've got Brandon waiting in the wings. We've got, a host of players waiting in the wings that can do a better job than Jesse after stinking up the ground for 45 minutes. We all know we know that. But he doesn't know that. He's not got the cojones to make the decision at half-time. Callum McRae comments, how can people blame Martial? Did you not watch the game? Rashford was the ghost. Hey, look, Callum, I agree with you. I thought Martial, whenever he got the ball, he tried. He was having to come deeper just to get a touch of the ball at times. He really did struggle tonight, but it wasn't his fault. Whenever he got it, he actually did some really amazing things. There was one point where he's dribbled it through about 4 red shirts and, got the ball off to a teammate on another day, could have been a goal. Like, he did okay tonight, considering he was feeding off absolute scraps out there. He's basically like Bart Simpson's twin brother. He's up in the attic feeding off of fish heads, and we're expecting him to go out there and perform. He's feeding off of fucking fish heads, this man, in a figurative sense at United. So how the hell are we expecting him, to serve us up a 3-course meal? We're not. He's got fish heads to work with. DJ Candle comments, we don't have central midfielders that can deliver to this front line. Wings know what to do, but no one can serve. Who's available this January? Respect to you, DJ Candle. There's a few people that are available this January. Central midfielders. Problem is, United won't be able to sign any of them, because nobody's going to want to come to United with this present situation the way it is. The type of dreary football we're playing, the pressure and expectation is higher than any football club in the land pretty much, yet the team is not there to back it up. You can see that Harry Maguire coming in there, 80 million, settled as you like over at Leicester, leader for England. He's come in, he's been awful all season long. It's just whoever comes in there cursed. So I think it's very, very difficult, my friend, but thank you for getting in here. Gungshi with a late super chat. Thank you, my friend. He says, Pig, do you reckon Woodward keeps Ollie in his basement and only lets him out on match days? That would explain the lack of any tactics. Hey, maybe. We don't know what sort of a gimp setup they've got at United. Luke Shaw's Pepe's gimp, Lingard's Ollie's gimp. Hell, who knows? Ole Gunnar Solskjaer could in turn be part of the cycle, and he is indeed Woodward's gimp, just like Woodward is the Glazers' gimp. So yes, that would explain the lack of the tactics in the team tonight. It was just completely unacceptable. You cannot play football like that if you're any sort of a team. There was a lack of identity, a lack of tactics. Nobody seemed to know what they were doing. We couldn't get behind Arsenal. We couldn't get at them. We barely created. Let's just have a look at the match stats. Actually, Gungshi, you reminded me. They flatter us remarkably, to be fair. We've got 51% possession at the end of the game. We've both had 10 shots and we've both had 4 on target. But that doesn't tell the story of the game. Those are flattering statistics if I've ever seen them. We were absolutely garbage throughout that entire 90 minutes. Okay, the second half was a bit better than the first half. Griffo Chaz, thank you very much for getting in here. Griffo comes, absolute joke, time for a change or something, but I don't know what. Well, I can think of a few. I can think of not selecting Jesse, not selecting Luke Shaw, not selecting Nemanja Matic, selling some of the deadwood shite out of Manchester United in January, like those 3 players I just mentioned, Ashley Clunge, Phil Jones. See you later on, dickheads. Get rid of them in January. Bring a couple of quality players in. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, have some cojones and actually manage the game in-game properly and not be afraid of upsetting a few personalities in there, a few teenage melters. Thank you very much for your comment there, Griffo Chaz. Super chat from Jarvis Cocker. He comments, let's dwell in misery. It comes as a shock to me that we won't win every game in the rebuild. Being ironic, chill out, Pig. We'll never die. Hey, look, fair enough, man. Like, I understand there's going to be upsets. I understand there's going to be poor results in games in there, and we are rebuilding. But at the same time, man, how can you be happy with the selection, though? You can't be. You can't justify that selection and say, yeah, Jesse should have played ahead of Mata. or Pereira or any of those guys. So it's very disconcerting when you've got a manager that is selecting the wrong team week in, week out, that is not playing the form players. It's one of my absolute bugbears is that a manager who doesn't play the informed players and who stops the progression of a player, who stops the flow of a player. Look at Mason Greenwood. Mason Greenwood has been flowing like the frickin' Niagara Falls recently, and he deserves to be in the game. He deserves to be starting the game because then he can flow further. But when you stop the flow of him, what does that do to him? It doesn't help him. It doesn't help the team. You're putting somebody cold in like Jesse, who's not got the ability, and that halts the confidence and the progression of somebody like Mason. Same goes for Brandon Williams over on the other side at left back. You're stopping him from flowing, and that's what really annoys me. But I understand what you're saying. It's one game, but it's one game that we really could have done with winning because the other performances today, Chelsea dropped a couple of points, Spurs obviously lost 1-0 to Southampton. Look, these things do happen. There's upsets in football. We've seen a couple there today. Watford beat Wolves 2-1 today. Fair play, it happens, but it's the manner in which we give up the defeat. It's the manner in which we set up the team. It's the manner in which we have managed the game throughout. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer has given me more problems than we had going into this one, and I just hate to see that. Mark Sin comments, Maguire was overpaid because United were desperate at the time. Very true, and I still hope that Harry Maguire comes good, but if you analyse his performance today, and you analyse his general performances over the season so far, he doesn't look like a good player. He doesn't look like an £80 million player. He barely knows where he's meant to be. Maybe it's the partnership that's the problem. Maybe him and Lindelof just don't have that sort of relationship together, or that connection together. Maybe he needs somebody else to work with. That might be quite a likely thing because I don't think Lindelof is up to much. Maybe give Twanzebe an opportunity now, but I don't think Solskjaer's going to do that. He'll just persevere with Lindelof and Maguire. Montel Francis comments, Matic played better than Fred. I mean, you know, that I'd say they were both on par shite, to be fair. But I admit, second half, Matic did play one pass, which set up an opportunity, which Andreas Pereira should have buried away. But because he's an absolute little melt and can't find the back of the net from 2 feet out, he didn't put it in the back of the net and he's missed the target. But yeah, fair play. Matic did one good thing today where he's played in Pereira and Pereira should have stuck it away. So really we should be talking about the manager Matic having an assist. So fair play to you. Maybe I'll give him 5 out of 10 then. Thank you, Adil Abid. I love you too. This dude comments, Bye Pig and Bacon Brigadiers, it's shut-eye time. Thank you very, very much for tuning in. I think we pretty much might have to wrap this one up now anyway because I've been rambling on and I need to have a little chill out, to be fair. It's nearly 11 p.m. But I just want to say thank you to each and every single one of you guys for tuning in tonight. Do us a favour before you go. Please do smash a little like on this video. Get your thoughts and opinions in. There's a lot of commenters and a lot of people in this live chat tonight, so thank you very much for stopping by. And I'd love to respond to everybody, but obviously I can't do that. So come back once this video's finished and get your thoughts in the not live comments section, and I and everybody else can respond to them in good time. But a few shout outs at the end here. Illy United, Icky1693, James Mellier, Matt Rush, Big Boys Latan, Rachel MUFC, Mark Sin, Alcon Mammoot, Mark Williams, Steve Johnson, Spectre HD, Steady Woodward, Alex Rudd, Alex Rincon, Gung Shi, Harry, and everybody else. Marshall Grana, thank you so much for tuning in tonight for the post-match reaction rant show. I'm going to have to wrap this one up here, but shout out to you all. Happy New Year to you all. I hope you have a cracking 2020. I know it's not a good start. I know United have really bottled it for us at the start of the year already, and we've already piled on a bit of misery to start the year with, but hopefully it can be a positive 2020 for Manchester United. But we've got to stop doing the stupid things. Ole Gunnar's got to learn from his mistakes. He's got to stop selecting Jesse Lingard. We need to sell that guy, man. I know he's homegrown. I know he's through the system. I know you need players like that. He's just not up to the level. Luke Shaw, see you later on, pal. Be happy if we got a bid in for him right now, to be fair, and got him off our books. He's not the player that we thought we were getting. Paul Pogba, what is going on with this man? Is he going to be a United player much longer? I'd rather we get a couple of players in here who do want to be United players than Paul Pogba right now if he doesn't want to be one. It's a joke. Anyway, we've got to stop doing the stupid things. That means Ole Gunnar's got to stop selecting bad players. He's got to start selecting players who are based on form, who are there on merit, who are actually going to perform and fight their hearts out for United. That's what I think. Anyway, guys, thank you very, very much for stopping by. I'm going to wrap it up. 48 minutes we've been rambling on here. That's quite impressive how time flies by when I'm ranting on here. But I feel like I've vented. I feel like maybe my blood pressure is through the roof, but I'm glad that I got some of these frustrations out. Thank you guys for being along with the ride with me. Oh, right, okay, I'm going to stop now, but you have yourselves a nice evening. Thanks for stopping by. Honestly, all of you, thank you for watching. Do us a favour, smash a like on it before you go. If you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button. Make sure you do subscribe. Click the little bell icon to be notified when we post on this channel also. It's all about United on this channel. We cover the United through the highs and lows. If you didn't see my best of 2019 highlights video, which I put on the channel earlier today, check it out, because that's ups and downs coming right out of the arsehole. All over the place. So check it out, but thank you very, very much for tuning in. Have yourselves a bloody good one. You've been watching The Pig on Flying Pig United. Take it easy. Happy 2020. And oh my days, Manchester United, what a steaming pile of frickin' mundungus that we really, really are. What a terrible, terrible, terrible day. Arsenal, way the better side. Manchester United, second best. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, set in his ways. Sort yourself out, Ollie. Make the right selection. Stop selecting these passengers. Move a few people out. Woodward, get that finger out that pie long enough to ship a few of these players off and sign a couple of much desperately needed players. That's all I got to say. Anyway, I'll see you soon. Take it easy. Sort your bloody lives out, United, honestly. Shout out to the Patreon people at the end here as well. Time to roll the credits. See you later. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. Need to chill out now, lads and lasses. What a stressful evening. Try to watch United to de-stress and have a bit of entertainment. End up freaking busting a lung and having my head pop off my shoulders. So, it's not fun being a United fan right now, but there it is. That is how it is. United are shite. What can we do? I hope Ollie learns from this. He probably won't know, otherwise he would have already learned that Lingard and Shaw and people like that are just garbage. But anyway, shout out to all the Patreon supporters here. All of you guys on the screen right now, thank you very, very much for supporting the channel in this way. You can have a look at the link in the description. Oh my days, I've forgotten Marshall Gralla, and also Wallace Montcroy Stewart should be on the list too. Mares. Sorry Marshall, I put the wrong video on. But anyway, shout out to you personally. All of you, have a good one, take it easy. Come on United, seriously, sort it out now. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, stop acting like a bloody Norwegian moisey. See you soon.